Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome to a Friday chill and chat. The new Chrome update has put a scroll bar on your text box. It depends what the text box is. There's not a lot of context there, but hello Brandon, Copwatch, DJ Egg, King Assassin, Volan, and there's quite a few people popping in for today's chill and chat. It's been a relatively busy day so far already. Lots going on. The area you're typing in. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that the scroll bar, the new Chrome updates put that there. It could be a coincidence, and that the let's just bear me a second. There we go. It could be that just the website now has a scroll bar on that box. I'm currently on to support. I'm on streaming support at the minute, trying to find out why I'm unable to go live to an event, and I can only go generic live. So we'll see what that comes up. It was okay. So it wasn't before, and then it was afterwards. So fair enough. Cool. Wow, I'm really hungry today. Although I haven't had any snacks, so maybe. Oops, sorry, microphone. Maybe I should get some snacks. The next big game. Dark Souls. Have a look. We'll take a look at that. I need to get some snacks out my snack crate. There we go. Let's see what's going on. Dark Souls. Let's check it out. Okay, so next big game is kind of a dual topic. So the idea is that the idea of that topic is that we're talking generically, like what big games are coming, but also what game am I gonna do next. That's the kind of two-pronged thing that's going on there. If I'm distracted, it's because the support agent is just starting to contact me. Volan says, do you think about the rail route thing for Easterhouse will work? I sent you. I did have a look at that, Volan, and I don't know whether it will. Might give it a go, but I'm not going to be incorporating Easterhouse in my rail route yet. Let's play just yet. But when I get round to that, I'll have a look. It might be. Let's have a look. So, Brandon says, Dark Souls is one of those hard games. I like to hear that. Oh. I know what the problem is. I know why I haven't been able to do events now. So, Restream, who I use for streaming, have changed the way that you create events. Before, you could just do an event, and that was it. But now you have either an encoder event or a Restream Studio event. And for a Restream Studio event, you have to stream from their studio, and you don't get the RTMP settings. Now, okay. So they've changed the events, and I've been creating the wrong kind. So what I'll do is, if we've got any outstanding events, I'll get them sorted out. What was that sound? That's the sound of the support agent talking to me. Looking at Dark Souls. I like the graphic style. There we go. It was me doing something silly. it was. Sometimes I'm such an end user, aren't I? Dark Souls feels like it's a little bit like Elder Scrolls meets Devil May Cry meets something else that I don't know. Maybe. The event's sorted on YouTube. You can't delete just private. Just private them then. Yeah. Gecko, good afternoon. Let's have a look at Dark Souls on Steam. Where's my Steam library gone? Steam library. Here we go. Whoops. Store. Because when I'm looking at games, okay, so I think the most recent one I can find is Dark Souls 3. When I'm looking at games, there's various different aspects of it which help me decide whether I'm interested in it. One of them is price. You know, if a game's too expensive, like Dark Souls Deluxe Edition is £60. And what's in it? Dark Souls and Dark Souls Season Pass. What is Dark Souls? It's a game. I don't know how much more I can tell you on that. It's a game. Google it. Google it. Have a look at it on the Steam store. You're currently in college on a lunch break. Cool. Thank you for sorting the events out, Jack. At least we know how to resolve that in the future. This is one of the reasons why I use Restream, because for the most part, it just works. You know? There's a couple of little nuances about the way that the chat works, but I can see all the chat in one window, I can reply to all the chat in one window, and I can stream to multiple locations, and it just works. The Streamlabs version of that is terrible in comparison. Like, yes, they have a widget where you can see all the chat, but you can't actually reply to the chat. And the number of times that it would try and create an event, or you would have an event, and then it would duplicate the event, and then you couldn't stream. Oh my goodness, it was ridiculous. Yeah, I'm trying to get into a chocolate bar. I'm trying to get into a chocolate bar. I've managed to do that now. Because this is... I don't tend to have big meals throughout the day when I'm working. I have more snacks than anything else. That's why I use Streamlabs chatbot app, but that means you're running an extra app on the screen instead of it being one. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if the chatbot app is really up to scratch. But it's certainly quite good. It's a child-proof chocolate bar. Is that why I can't get into it, Jimster? It's like my mental age isn't high enough to be able to access a chocolate bar. I'm going to have a look at some of these videos of Dark Souls. Oh, we've got volume. Let's mute that. So, I just want to see a little bit of gameplay. At the minute, like, pretty much everything for Dark Souls has been just, like, cinematic trailers and screenshots and stuff. There's been, like, no gameplay. I'm going to skip forward. What? The sound came back on. That's a bit weird. You seek on the time bar of a Steam... Oh, there we go. A little bit... Right, okay. So it's shield, sword, hack, slash. Boss fights. Okay. I mean, it seems alright, but I feel like... I'm not sure it hits my genre marks. Especially, like, I don't know... Obviously, I don't know enough about the game yet, but when I played Devil May Cry, I found out that jump, hack, hack, jump, or was it jump, hack, hack, jump, hack, hack, just repeating that over and over again, just right, that's how you did combat. And that put me off it quite a lot. It did. It's true, it's not the genre I usually play, but you've got to remember that in the past I've played a number of the Elder Scrolls games and absolutely loved them. And I have played other games a little bit like that too. Hey Tom, welcome. In Dark Souls, you learn that the moves of the boss to defeat them rather than hacking away mindlessly. I mean, I'm not sure that I like the sound of that, Brandon, because like if you go, oh, boss walks here, does that move, boss walks there, does that move, and repeat, so you just need to counter. I was like, that to me doesn't sound very good. Diablo would be more suitable. You guys are really pushing me the boundaries here, aren't you? I mean, at the moment, we've got the kind of a theme going on. So, it's basically trains and transport, rockets and space, and Minecraft. That's kind of the category for everything that we've got going on at the minute. I mean, I loved World of Warcraft when I was doing it. It will one-shot you, and you need to spend 2 hours walking to your death point to get all your money back. I like a game that's hard. I don't get a lot of reward satisfaction from just grinding a game and there not being any sort of peril or negative effects to being rubbish or making mistakes. If I make a mistake, I want to pay for it. If I do something silly, I want to pay for it. I don't want to just be able to get straight back into my body and not lose anything. That's one of the things I didn't like so much about World of Warcraft per se. Some of the stuff in World of Warcraft, it's just kind of like, oh, I just died here. Oh, never mind. I'll just walk over here. It'll take me a minute. And I've got all my stuff back. But that's kind of okay for the single player aspect of it. There's lots of PvP that isn't like that, and there's also the dungeons as well, like the raids and all that sort of stuff, because if you die, then your team could wipe, and it can take a long time to get your team back together and progress through the dungeon again. So that is much better in that sense. You know about Dark Souls, although you've never played it, says Above the Lion. Telling from all the internet, you die a lot. Okay. You've been carried by 2 friends. K-Zoe, hey. Dark Souls is locked attack animations. Oh, right. I don't really like the sound of that. Yeah, I mean, currently looking at Dark Souls 3 I was anyway. So, another one that was recommended was Diablo. And I can't find it. It doesn't exist. Let's do games. So it shouldn't show me DLC. No. I've done a search for Diablo and it's showing me Path of Exile. That's a game that I played and it was alright. Again, I got part way through it and I got certain skills and spells leveled up and it turned out to be, you know, spell thingy. You know, spell 1, spell 2, spell 3. Skyrim. I've played Skyrim. I don't know which ones of the Elder Scrolls I've actually got. Let's go to my library. Elder Scrolls. So I've got, in my library, I've got Elder Scrolls 3, which is Morrowind, Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion, Elder Scrolls Online, and Elder Scrolls 5. Twice. Which is Skyrim. Because what they did is they brought out a separate Skyrim for VR. So I've got the original Skyrim and I've got the VR Skyrim. It was on offer. I think it was around Christmas, a couple of years ago. And I was like, oh, that's going to be good. I want to try that. And the price was really, really cheap compared to something else. Diablo is Blizzard and not on Steam. Ah, that's why I couldn't find it on Steam. Yeah, actually, now you said that, I can kind of see it in my mind's eye in the Blizzard launcher thing. Andy says, do you think the lack of HGV drivers will affect OpenTTD? Well, for a start, there isn't a lack of drivers. That's misrepresentation by the media, is my understanding. so I wouldn't peddle that around. And no, it won't OpenTTD. OpenTTD will run on a potato. StarCraft. I've heard of that. I don't own StarCraft. See, something that I really wanted to play, that I really enjoyed playing, I should say, is Space Empires 5. So one of the first Let's Plays I ever did on my channel, I would probably not recommend watching the videos because it's back before I was anywhere near the level I am now at producing content. There was no cameras, the audio recording was probably frame ratey and terrible. You've watched that. Space Empires 5 I really enjoy as a game. It's got so much flexibility for the different ways you can tackle problems. So much. There's so many different ways you can do things. So I've always wanted like a spiritual successor to Space Empires 5. There was at one point a project to do Open Space Empires 5, just like there's Open TTD. But the person in charge of that project kind of shut it down before it got going. And they kept the name, so nobody can use that name. They kind of like own the name or Open, so whatever, I don't know. No, it doesn't have to be Steam. Doesn't have to be Steam. I do prefer Steam just because I'm lazy and I like all my stuff in one place. But it doesn't have to be Steam. But I did really like that, and I think that's one of the reasons why I want to have a closer look at Stellaris, because I'm not sure if it'll fill that void in my life. But, you know, looking at our current Let's Plays, so I'm doing a bit of Minecraft here and there. We've got 3 different Minecrafts going on at the moment. We've got the Viewer Plus server. I've got my single player survival series, and I'm currently playing on series community server as well. So there's a few different things going on there, and I could potentially do an ultra hardcore challenge where I try to defeat the bosses in ultra hardcore. So there's a lot going on with Minecraft at the moment, and then RimWorld, we're trying to build the ship now to leave the planet. That will be an end game. Kerbal Space Program, we've nearly unlocked everything, and we're going to do one last big flight to another planet, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. That might take a couple of streams to get going, so we'll see. But that's relatively close to a close. Open TTD Series 6 is not going to last forever, and Railroute Series 2 is not going to last forever either. So we've got a lot of things where I can kind of see the end in sight. So we'll see. How do you feel about Terraria? I own it. I've never played it. It looks okay. It doesn't excite me when I look at the videos for it, or the screenshots. It's just like if I go to screenshots now and just look at Terraria, it's just like, yeah, no. I mean, it looks alright. Maybe it's a good game. I don't know anything about it, but just looking at the screenshots, it doesn't excite me, which is probably one of the reasons why I've got it, and I've never played it. If you want to mix space with a more RPG feel, Mass Effect is a great choice. Okay. I mean, Mass Effect, that rings a bell. Why does Mass Effect ring a bell? I've got a funny feeling I've seen somebody playing Mass Effect. Yeah, I think I've seen Siri play some Mass Effect. Or yeah, almost certain actually, looking at some of these screenshots. Now, which one she... I don't know. I'd have to look at her VODs to find out. Hang on. Brandon says, I would wait for 1.18 for another hardcore. Yeah, I'd probably do that. If I did another hardcore series, I'd wait for 1.18. But I probably want to do a survival series for 1.18. So we'll see. Maybe what will happen is that when 1.18 comes out, we'll have the Viewer Plus server and we'll have my survival series. And what we'll do is we'll do a few weeks of the survival series, put the survival series on hold, do the hardcore challenge, then come back to the survival series. Have you seen Settlement Survival? That's another thing as well. I don't play enough of those sorts of games that I really used to like Age of Empires, Settlers. Settlers 3 was an amazing... Well, actually, Settlers 2, Settlers 3 were fantastic games. Settlement Survival. Let's have a look at that. Okay, Settlement Survival. I'm looking at a video now. Okay, so it's a little bit Age of Empires-y in the way that it looks. Looks like there's a town centre and crop fields where you grow various different things. I mean, the graphics are a little bit voxely for my liking, but I suppose it's also a little bit Banished-esque. That's one of the reasons why I liked Banished. Banished was like a little kind of... It's like a little kind of revamp of the Settlers games. Okay. I mean, looking at the videos, Settlement Survival, it does just look like another one of those games with the kind of voxely I think if I was going to play that game again, I would probably look for something more like Banished. I don't really know much about that game. What's my comfort game? Comfort game. I don't like to be comfortable when playing games. I like to be on the edge of my seat. RimWorld's been keeping me on the edge of my seat recently. We had some really, really challenging stuff to deal with last night, and it was great fun. Kerbal Space Program, constantly making me thinking, making sure I'm aware of what I'm staging, what's flying where, that I'm not going to crash into stuff, how much fuel we got left, the Delta V for this, that and the other, have I left Brandon behind? So there's a lot to think about on that one. I suppose Minecraft, in a way, especially if I'm doing a larger project where I've just got to lay a lot of slabs. Like I think if you come out of the transport and space genre of kind of strategy and simulation games, then Minecraft is kind of there by itself as something that stands alone that I do always come back to. King Assassin says, "Oh, I love the Settlers." Yeah, the original Settlers games are some of the first games that really got me into kind of the real-time strategy simulation series. Definitely. The Steam description says Banish inspired. There you go. If it's Banished inspired, like what is it? What's different about it? About the game, lead your people in their new settlement in the survival city builder. You'll need to provide them shelter, food, protect against threat, and pay attention to the well-being and happiness of employment. Find your home, shape the landscape. I mean, I think the only real difference is landscape shaping, so you can do the rivers and stuff. Yeah, in this Banished-inspired city builder, lead a group of survivors, manipulate the landscape, plant crops, hunt wildlife, develop trade routes. I think manipulating the landscape is kind of like the only thing that sets it apart from the graphics being more basic. So I'm not sure it's something that really I'd be interested in. Volan says Monkey City. And Max says you must be joking. Oh my goodness. So many, what's the word I'm looking for? DLCs. It's a tower defense sort of puzzle sort of thing. Yeah, it's not really my sort of thing. How does it look like likelihood of Warhammer 40k Fire Warrior Now, I think that's something that I would really enjoy. Where is it? Warhammer 40k Fire Warrior. Why can't I find it? No, that's not what I'm looking for. Is it not on Steam? Space. Oh my goodness. I mean, actually, some of the old Dawn of War games, I really enjoyed them. And another thing as well, I've got Transport Fever 2, and it's a game I want to play, but I haven't got round to yet. Let's just make sure I'm in my library. So current Let's Plays, views, games, Twitch, all game. Here we go, games to test. Let me just change my view so I can see that better. Yeah, Transport Fever 2 is on my list of games to test. Along with Talisman, Rise of Industry, Locomotion, Elite Dangerous, Eve Valkyrie, Robocraft, the remake of the original RuneScape. I wanted to have a quick look at that. It's on my list to have a look at. But there must be a reason why I've never looked into Warhammer 40k Fire Warrior. I do like the Warhammer stuff. Wizard Brandon says, it's not one of those, it's this game, but I'm not necessarily against it's like this game, but as long as the but is good enough and big enough. If you've got a good enough but and a big enough but, then I might be interested. But if it's just like, oh, it's like this game, but it's ever so slightly different, which is, or this extra feature where you're not interested in, then it's like there's so many people or so many games and stuff where people say, hey, have you tried this game? It's like OpenTTD. It's like, okay, what new is it bringing to me? How is it better? Because if it's not bringing something new, or if it's not better in a certain way, I'm just going to play OpenTTD. I'm not going to invest myself in a new game. Fire Warriors on Good Old Games. Okay, I'll check that out. Let's go down the list here. What about some Star Trek or Star Wars? I have played some of the Star Wars games in the past. Star Trek is something that I think I might be interested in, although I've never looked at any of the games. I did like that kind of Star Trek genre, Stargate especially. I have seen Star Wars and enjoyed it, but I'm not really... I wouldn't say I'm a fan. I think it was good. Jim's... I'm catching up with the chat now. Happy Friday, everyone. Yeah, we're trying to figure out what my next big game is going to be. James Hunt says Train Simulator 2022 is out. So that's your weekend sorted. James, yeah, that sounds like a game that I would really like to get into, but I think it just takes... I think it would take too long to achieve too much for me to be able to get into it. But, and you've got to remember as well, we can look at things that aren't out yet. Because my next new game that I'm going to play isn't going to be now. It's going to be a month, 3 months into the future. Somewhere in that sort of time frame. Happy October. Of course, the 1st of October. September is over. Populous was your first good old game. Yeah, Populous. I played Populous in the beginning. Really enjoyed that. Good game. Volan says, I really want Roller Coaster Tycoon World, but my computer is not good enough to... Don't bother with Roller Coaster Tycoon World. As far as I'm concerned, Planet Coaster is just so much better. Definitely so much better. Train Simulator update is just updating the number, nothing new. Yeah, I find that with the Train Simulator games, there's not like no major good stuff. And CGA says Voxel Tycoon. I'm pretty sure. Let me see if I can find. So, Voxel Tycoon. I think that's the one that people keep recommends me as a. It's like OpenTTD, but. And again, what is this? What does Voxel Tycoon bring, which is new or better? Does it have more features than OpenTTD? Does it have extra things? Does it do something a lot better? It needs to bring something new and elevate for me to be interested in it. So it will. I mean, people keep asking me to do that. I might do a having a crack on it, but I wouldn't jump straight into a let's play without doing a having a crack. Anyone heard of Neverwinter? That's how far behind I am on the chat. I've heard of it. I've never played it. But again, it's one of those MMORPG kind of Dungeons and Dragons fantasy kind of Elder Scrolls style sort of games, isn't it? Yeah. Tom says, will you be playing KSP2? Almost certainly. I don't see how I can't. You know, I've played KSP so much and enjoyed it so much. I really think KSP2 needs to be on the list. Actually, does anybody have we got a release date for KSP2 yet? I know it's been delayed multiple times, but is there kind of like a new release date? Hello, sir. Are you not playing OpenTTD again? I'm still playing OpenTTD. OpenTTD Series 6 is still on the go. OpenTTD Series 6 is still on the go. If you're waiting for more Series 6 content and haven't seen 7 or 8 yet, go for that. Volan says Monkey City is like RimWorld, but it's monkeys, not people. Yeah, I don't really. It doesn't look as forgiving, and I think it's not as in depth from what I could tell. Brandon says it's nothing like RimWorld. I think what he means by it's like RimWorld is it's a 2D side down building out game. You have to be a lot more like RimWorld to be like RimWorld than that. In that case, Prison Architect is also like RimWorld, says DJ Egg. Yeah, but it's not. It just uses the same sort of style of interface. It's the two games are completely different. I really enjoyed Prison Architect. Prison Architect was really good. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the store, and then I'm going to go into the drop down and just find. I think that there's a new release queue. No, we don't want to go into the queues, actually. Let's go back to the Steam store. Right, here we go. Steam store, upcoming, all upcoming releases, and then only show games, so I'm not interested in DLC. And then let's... Windows only, and let's have a look, and we'll sort by release date. So let's try and see what we've got. I know this is the next big game, but are we going to hop onto the modded Minecraft server for 10 minutes? Yeah, we are. Yeah, I'll launch that now. Prison Architect was fantastic. The people that made Prison Architect also made Scanner Sombre, a VR game, and I only played the first, I think, half an hour or so. I was like, I'm not playing the rest of this game. Not because it was bad, but because it was good, and I didn't like it. It was not. It made me feel uncomfortable. I think that was the point. It's like you're walking around in this VR environment, and some VR games are not immersive. This was so immersive because in the game you're in a cave. It's pitch black, and you're wearing a headset, and you have a device which is like a radar or a lidar, and so in the game you've got something in your hand and you're wearing a headset to be able to see around this cave. In real life you're wearing a headset and you've got this thing in your hand to be able to see, and that kind of connection between what you're doing in VR and what you're doing in real life just was like, it brought you so much into the experience. And then you was exploring this cave, and I was happy with that, walking around here, walking around there. And then you looked at a statue, or there's a statue here, there's a tower there, there's a candle over there, you turn back, the statue's gone, and you turn around over there, and now it's over there. At that point, I took the headset off and left the game. It is weird. It is weird. Right, can I scene switch straight to this? Let's find out. I mean, it is loading the server now, so it might actually just stop for an hour. Oh yeah, there we go. Join in world. It was weird, and if it's in your genre, then yeah, it's good. So I don't really. I mean, yeah, you can play it out of VR, but it's designed for VR. I don't really want to do another series of something the same again. I want to do something new, but I don't want to go too far out my genre. More people are connecting to the server. So DJ Egg and Jackamak are online at the moment. So let's have a quick look round. We're just going to catch up on what's been happening. So immediately I can see there's more trees being planted. DJ Egg's talking to a dog. DJ Egg's house has changed. It looks like it's changed. We've got a nether portal here now, which we didn't have before. With signposts. Oh, wow. Via plus commune. Spawn center. I like these. Voxel Tycoon has trains and vehicle. The difference is you can unlock new regions of the map as you progress, which give you access to new resources and transport. I don't think that is really much of a feature grab for me. I mean, it's like unlocking your map and growing is not a big enough draw. What on earth is this? Communal storage. Hang on a minute. We've already got 2 wither skeleton skulls. Let's go and have a look inside here. Oh my goodness. Oh, so many blocks. What is that? A jumbo furnace? Oh, I love it. There's 4 jumbo furnaces in the furnace. What? There's a chandelier. There's e-trash. Unsorted. Potions, tools and armour. There's redstone stuff. There's not a lot here. So this is a brand new server, by the way. Brandon made a blaze farm. Well, we'll have a quick look at that. Okay, so we've got communal storage. That's cool. That's my house. This is... Well, Jackamak's house has moved. We've got zebras and cows and stuff. This is not Jackamak's house. This is the farm, Tower 1. And Jack's outdoor kitchen. So we've got an outdoor kitchen, and then we've got this. What's this? This is the Hell Donald's fresh-ish. Okay, so Hell Donald's Bistro, freshest food since 2013. 2013? What's the relevance? I like the H on the roof. And the roof, look at these slanty bits. Oh, they're nice. They're nice. I do think... What wood is that? Doesn't say. Doesn't say what it... I think we need a little bit more contrast here, but the H is cool. These doors are... Oh, is it because I stepped... These are actual proper double doors, aren't they? DJ's here. We've got... Oh, you can... Proper chairs. A composter in the wall. There must be rubbish bins. Oh, we've been given some stuff here. We've got... Oh, fruit punch. Oh, fantastic. Fruit punch. All the doors are double doors. Fantastic. There's a hole in the back there. I guess that must be the drive-through or something. What does this say? Toilets. Yes, just a room. Is that staff only? It gives 7.5 hunger and full saturation in one glass. Wow. Let's go around the back here. Yeah, this is the drive-through. Oh, hang on. There's a new house here as well. What's that one? That's Jack's house. Okay, Jack's moved his house. Well, that's really good. We're going to have a proper session on this server soon. I just wanted to pop on and see how things are going. I'm loving the changes. We haven't had massive amounts of huge progress in terms of, like, I don't know. Like, there's been no mega builds yet. But this is a brand new server this week, so I wouldn't expect that. So we'll check more. I mean, I know Brandon's made a blaze farm, but I don't want to spend all of this stream on here. So we've got Nether Portal, Bistro and Jack. Astron. Oh, Astron's down that way. Okay, so Astron didn't put his house on the end here. What on earth? Who is this? The nearest Nether fortress is miles away. Oh, well, never mind. There we go, folks. That was a little quick look round. We'll have a proper look round the server and do some proper bits and bobs very soon. But we'll come back to what we were talking about. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know what to do with regards to the next big new game. I think what I'd like to do for either a video series or a live stream is I'd like to bring Minecraft back to a longer stream or video series. Well, it'd be nice to do some live open TTD again, so that would be good. Transport Fever 2 is a game that I think my audience would really enjoy. I'm not 100% sure, so maybe we'll look at that. And EVE Online. EVE Online is actually quite popular on my YouTube channel. If you get all the different playlists and you get a list of the most popular playlists, take out all the open TTD, Railroute, EVE Online, and Coding Game come out at the top. Coding Game probably comes out at the top because a link to my series is on the first level of the game. And Railroute, possibly similar, because there's a link to my tutorials in the game at the moment. DayZ interim series. I mean, I do enjoy DayZ, and I really like playing DayZ with the guys. But the stats from the views, I don't think it really warrants going back to any sort of regular series. Now, like irregular one-off live streams, yeah, sure. But for me to do something and either have it as a live series or as a video series, it has to tick two big boxes. One, I have to want to do it, and two, the community needs to be able to want to see me do it. I'm not going to do anything I don't want to, because my energy and my focus won't be in it to a level where I'd be happy with. And I'm not going to do anything that nobody's going to watch, because what's the point in producing content for you? I'd rather just then, just do it by myself for a while. Yeah, Wednesday will probably be either Space Engineers and DayZ, and then Monday we can maybe do Minecraft something. And maybe we can have a rotation through Minecraft, Space Engineers, DayZ, and just have a rotation through that. It might be that we move Gaming with the Viewer Plus subscribers to one of the evening slots for a little while, rather than having a lunchtime stream. So, my schedule's always flexible. I want to try and maximise the amount of people that are enjoying my content, because that is maximise the amount of enjoyment for everyone. That's really kind of what my overall target is. I feel like I need some sort of like target or motto or an aim for the project, for the Master Hellish project. It's like to produce content with the aim of providing the most amount of enjoyment as possible. Something like that. Hi Astrid, welcome to the stream. So I think what the problem is that when I do votes, a couple of my regulars jump in on the votes, and it can really skew the statistics. I've done votes in the past as like, which game would you like to see next? And games have gained a lot of votes on those polls, and then when I've done them, they've gained next to no views or interest on live streams or videos. So I have to be very careful. Hey Joe. I apart from the fact I've got curly hair, I'm not sure I look much like Alan. And there's lots of people with curly hair in the world. Hello, India. All of you. Not just one of you. Everybody. Everybody in India. Hello. Yeah, the regulars do skew the votes a little bit. Because, like, the regulars, especially people in the Discord, are the people that are more likely to go into the vote and vote, rather than the casual person that just dips into my YouTube channel. The problem is the casual person that dips into my YouTube channel, they make up a majority of my views. But they don't make up the majority of the voting. And the people that do the voting have specific interests because they are a close-knit part of my inner community, and they all get together to do the same sorts of things. So the amount of people who like and play DayZ in my kind of inner, closer community is so much higher than the amount of people that play DayZ in my overall community. And therefore, the people that vote skew the votes, and I don't think the votes work. It gives me an idea of what the people who vote want to see. Doesn't give me an idea of what my community as a whole wants to see, and I've learnt that on the votes. Yeah, so it does skew things quite a bit. So we'll have to see how that works. I think what we need to do is make a list of what Hellish might do next, and see if we can generate general interest. Yeah. You can't know what people want if people don't say. That is kind of true. One of the things I can do is kind of look at statistics on YouTube and from the streams as well on Restream, and just kind of see where the feel is for things. So one of the things we looked at recently is that all of a sudden there was a drop in the number of people watching live streams. And we had a look, and there was a suggestion that somebody said, there's a, maybe it's because the kids are back to school, because it was the school holidays and now it's not. And I was like, that's an interesting thing. So what I did is I went over to YouTube and I did two reports, one for 2 weeks here and one for 2 weeks there, either side of when the kids went back to school. And there was a massive shift in the age groups. So before, so if you take the before and then look at the after, the less than 16s and the 16 to I think 24s, both categories went down significantly, and the age groups over went up. Now that doesn't mean they went up because they had more views. This was a percent of the total. So the age range of my viewership just shifted from where the peak was at a certain point where the lower age, and it just shifted along over that moment. A good salesman tells them what they want. It doesn't work like that on the internet, I don't think, because if I say, you want this, they'll go, no, I'm not, and they'll just close the page. I guess it does depend how you portray it. Distant Worlds 2. I've certainly heard of Distant Worlds. Let's have a look at this. Oh. Oh, this looks like my thing. I'm just looking at screenshots, by the way. It looks relatively in depth. The graphics look good. It looks quite strategic. I'm going to put it on my wish list, but only so I can look at it more later. It says game is not available on Steam. Release date is coming soon. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. That could be a good one for me to check out, Andy. Thank you. Don't just say a game and expect us to react. Suggestions go in the Discord channel. You are very right, Jackamak. As a general rule, suggestions go in the Discord channel. However, this particular chill and chat is specifically for talking about what my next game might be and conversations around that. So if there's specific suggestions for that, that's cool. But if after this stream anybody has anything that they want me to take a look at or think I might be interested in, definitely go over to the Ideas for Hellish channel in the Discord. That isn't just game ideas. If you think, oh, it'd be really cool if Hellish had this on his website, put it on there. Or if you think, oh, it'd be cool if every month Hellish posted this on social media, put that on there. Any ideas to do with anything within the community, pop it on there. It's Stellaris. I haven't played Stellaris either, Jackamak. Ashton says, I'd be curious if you could look at the lunchtime streams compared to the evening streams, and if the drop in lunchtime streams may well be to people who school and work. Yeah, so the interesting thing is that I don't think I can get age stats out of YouTube for the streams. I'm struggling to find stats for the streams, so I've had to use the stats for the videos to kind of give an idea of what change in the age ranges looking at my videos is. And then we've kind of had to do a guess that the change in age of the watching of the videos is the same sort of thing that's happening on the streams. So I can get statistics of like average viewers, max viewers, total view time and all that sort of thing from the stream statistics, but I can't dive into things like age ranges and geographies and things like that like I can on the videos. So if I want to know kind of where my viewership is, I have to look at the video stats. This time zone is perfect for school because it's 7 to 8 a.m. now. Okay, interesting. Distant Worlds 2. I think, are you the second person to recommend Distant Worlds 2? Or is it because we were talking about it before you've now gone, oh, yeah, okay. We were talking about it, so you went to have a look and you're like, oh, it does look cool. Yes, I think it does look cool. I get what you're saying. And Stellaris looks alright as well, yeah. I think Stellaris is because Stellaris is out, it's something I might look at very soon. Anyway, I've really got to get going because I'm starting work in a second. This is a lunchtime live stream. I'm doing this in my lunch break. Any more ideas from this point onwards? Yes, we do need to still play Talisman at Astron. We will do it sometime. At some point, we will get round to it. Any more ideas? Any thoughts? Get over to the Discord. Put it in that ideas channel. I'm starting to make lists now because not only do I want to make fantastic content of what I'm doing now, I want the next thing to be the next thing as well. Any advice for OpenTTD Android? Play it the same as PC. It's not really any different. It's a port from PC to Android. One thing I would advise though is that the emulator that launches OpenTTD, change the settings in there so that your power buttons on your Android device, if you're using a mobile, are the clicks for the mouse. That's what I would say. And use relative mouse positions, but there we go. Right, folks, got to get going now. Got to crack on with work. The next thing is Saturday, you've got an OpenTTD video. Sunday, you've got a Railroute video. And we'll be back on Monday with some Minecraft. It will probably be on the Viewer Plus server, but I don't know yet. I'll schedule the stream soon. Remember, my schedule's on the website, but if you want a specific schedule of what's happening that week, then you can find that at the top of my YouTube channel. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.